What's going on, everyone? So what's up, Cat the Gamer? We are back with some more Trails Through Daybreak 2. I didn't even notice the people standing right here. This is Shanny and Makito. I was like, Shannon and Makito sitting right here. They're the ones that give you the fishing gear in the beginning of the game. I was like, wait a minute, is that Shannon? Yep. And so both of them are right here. If you talk to Shannon, she actually gives you 3 pieces of bait. So yeah, just make sure you talk to her. I didn't even
fishing time.
Pay attention or notice. All right, so I am going to. There's one more type of fish that we need to catch here.
Let's do this thing.
And I think it's a sky eel.
Hey. That's it.
I gotta get used to this stuff.
Nice, I got one.
Nice. Okay. So basically, fish anywhere and get a sky gill. Fish at that part right there and get a snow crab. And at the green little spot you see up there at the top up there, that's where you get the I think it's a perch. That perch up there. So that's the 3 types of fish that you need to get here. It's only 3, so we're gonna move on. I did get everybody set up the way I wanted to, and I really do apologize in the last video for taking too much time doing that.
Let me know if you need anything at all.
There is something that I missed here. Okay, I gotta get the dumplings here, and I can get some more bait if I need it. You know what, the hell with it. I'm just gonna buy them. Yeah, I gotta get some money because I really want to get all these plugins so I can have a variety of things to be able to do. But I'm saving my money because we're still walking around town and getting stuff. So we did that. This is that arms. So what I'm gonna do is I'm kind of make my way up and go to these other spots today. Right now we're gonna head to the bathhouse. You know how you got to go to the bathhouse in every chapter.
Nothing beats a hot bath on a
Come in and warm yourself up. Just 500 mirror. 500? God damn. It is what it is, I guess.
The stuff.
Don't you think it's a little too steamy in here?
It's so nice and warm in here.
I noticed that he always has the towel covering up his chest, and it made me think
on top of the world
that he was trans.
Come see us again.
In the beginning of the game, and then like how he never wants anybody to like be in the like any of the boys or anything to be in the room with him. And I thought like, okay, is this a trans character? I don't think it's that. I think it's more than that, and I'm actually starting to feel that he may be some type of homunculus or something. And yeah, something like that. It's just a little weird. And then how he was talking about in the last game when he got captured by the thing, he was talking about mom, dad, don't make me do this, and something like that. So I feel like something happened to him, and I don't know. But there's a lot of weird shit that goes on in this game. So I guess we'll figure it out at some point. Damn, I guess we went straight down crime alley. What the fuck? This dude just out? Yeah, I guess it's better not to ask any questions. It's a rough ass part of the neighborhood right here. Oh, look at this. Well, if anything, she got the right dress on. She out here working.
Hey, working. Boy, wanna have a little fun?
Anything turn up on your end? Not yet. Where the hell is that damn brat? There's lookouts posted every way in or out of the city, so he's got no place to run. We'll find them if we have to turn over every last rock in the street. Someone's coming. You know the drill. Interesting. What's up with those two? Sounds like they're in the middle of a manhunt. Something smells off about this. Let's just focus on our investigation for now. We still need to get a handle on the situation, Mesodom. Yeah, and hope y'all doing well. My bad. So the quest markers are right there. We'll do the cinema thing.
Boy, wanna have a little fun?
No, I don't have time right now. Maybe later on, though. Maybe later
Looks like
on.
someone doodled. Oh, wait, no. This is called graffiti art, isn't it?
Holy moly! Whoever did this has got talent.
I gotta admit, they do. Alright, dead end here. A little barracuda. Damn, bro, it's like daylight. This isn't your everyday establishment. Maybe not, but places like this are a surefire bed for the underworld intel. That's about the size of it. Would you rather wait outside, kiddo? There's no need to call on me. It's only the middle of the day, so we'll just take 3 mocktails. Right away, sir. I didn't realize before. I'm sorry, I didn't realize bars even offer non-alcoholic drinks. Depends on the joint, but it's not too uncommon while it's still light out. Hey, this is pretty tasty. Just right for an afternoon pick-me-up. I have to agree. You got some killer skills, Barkeep. That's very flattering, sir. I'm not just talking cocktails, by the way. It's hard to tell by the looks alone, but you're packing a lot of muscle under that uniform. I also noticed the glances you sneak at the door and customers. There's more vigilance than a typical bartender needs. My take's that you double as the club's bouncer. I'm lost for words. Are you perhaps involved in some sort of detective work? That's one way to put it. You wouldn't happen to be an ex-Jaeger called Robson, would you? I heard your story from Dingo. You were acquainted with him? That was a telling response. So you knew each other too? Yes, as you presumed, I am Robson. Dingo has done much for me in the past. A shame what became of him. So you already heard the news. Even now, I struggle to believe it. Since you were a close friend of his, it will be my pleasure to accommodate you in whatever way I can. That being said, I would advise you not to bring his name up in front of the owner. Did something happen between them? In a sense. You see, our club's highest earner used to be a hostess by the name of Mistress. Oh, the chick in the Blacklight District. That's the lady from the Blacklight District. Mistress, huh? I know she and Dingo got acquainted when he was in Mesodom, but it sounds like there's more to the story. I can't discuss this openly, too. At the time, Mistress was being blackmailed into doing the owner's bidding. Dingo was the one that pulled every trick in the book to secure her freedom. It would seem the owner harbors a grudge over it to this very day. Damn, that's a hell of a history. What brings your investigation here, if I may ask? I'll be happy to answer any questions you have to the best of my ability, Mr. Call me Van. I'm a Spriggan from the capital. Ah, the one from the rumors. I'm here in Mesodom to find something, so we're out doing a little info gathering. Have you noticed any sketchy developments here lately? Particularly in relation to Armada. This is funny as shit, the girl in the background going off. It's kind of hard to stay focused on the conversation. And the dude back there clapping. The police were scouring the place as part of their own investigation not too long ago. But as far as I'm aware, they didn't discover anything of note. In truth, however, the owner has worked with Armada on numerous past occasions. Yeah, really. It was only ever to line his own pockets. However, so he is likely ignorant of their inner workings. Even if he were, I mean, even if he weren't, he's crafty enough to keep the police from delving into him too deeply. So he actually gave him the slip. Sounds like interrogating him wouldn't get us much of anywhere then. There are others in this town that are also connected to Armada in some shape or form. In most cases, however, it is that they were either threatened or exploited. The only people who truly know what went on in Armada would be those who work directly under them. But the way I understand it, each and every member was arrested at the end of last year. That is the extent of my knowledge. I'm sorry I couldn't be more of help. Not at all. This gives us a much better grasp of things. Yeah, you definitely saved us some trouble down the road. That pleases me to hear. We'll hit you up again if we need anything else. Heck, even if we don't, we might just stop in for more drinks. I'll save you a spot at the counter. Dude was a nice guy. Really cool.
May I help you?
I did not expect that to be his voice. I really did. I really didn't. I did not expect that to be his voice. I expect his voice to be kind of like this deeper kind of tone.
Thank you. May I help you?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Alright. What you doing here, lady? Tiffany. Armada's downfall hasn't changed the owner of this place one bit. I wonder who he's going to make a patsy out of this year. Not that it's any of my business. I'm just here to make as much money as I can while he keeps the doors open. That's the long and short of it. Alright. Look at the dude going off. I would talk to him, but I just feel like he gonna say something disturbing. And boy, he got a bottle. Boy, got a bottle with the chicks, bro. Look at him. It's like he's asleep. The fuck? Alright. So.
Wanna have a little fun?
Alright. We'll get the quest from the board really quick. 4 p.m. See, a prized possession. About 9 years ago, I happened to lose a childhood treasure of mine here in Mesodon. I know the idea seems a little far-fetched, but I'm hoping it's still somewhere in the city. Would you be willing to help search for it? I'll be waiting for your answer at the chapter. Alright. We will go there after we get things straight. Where we headed now? So he's in that way. Let's go.
Really looking forward to the film festival.
This theater plays all kinds of movies, including independent films.
Oh, really? Then movie fans must be in love with this place.
They do hold one of the film festivals here. It tracks that they'd want to appeal to film buffs.
Okay.
Please silence your phones and
I'll
enjoy
watch
the
a
film.
variety of films. Okay.
Welcome.
Sorry about that. Welcome. Would you like to buy a ticket? What's playing right now? Let's go.
Robin, the Lady Justice. Now playing at a theater near you.
Well, she just said it. It's a legal thriller.
But I will bring it to light.
Oh, they show you if you got the pamphlet or not. Thank God. I could have used that in the last game.
We have merchandise for the movie on sale at
We'll
the
be
shop.
watching it with Judith. I don't know why I skipped Catra.
Why
Okay.
not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
$600. Alright, so we go to the theater and haven't decided to watch the movie during the break. Robin, a rookie lawyer with a burning sense of justice, is embroiled in a case regarding the attempted murder of a homeless man. Who the fuck would want to murder a homeless guy? The defendant is a high school student named Eric, who is arrested on suspicion of assaulting a man with a steel pipe. He professes his innocence, however, claiming he was knocked unconscious when he stumbled upon the scene of the crime. Eric also testifies that he clearly remembers the face of his assailant. His name is Virgil. He just so happens to be a major witness for the prosecution and an heir to a large local business. The rumor mill paints Virgil as a man with a violent streak, but he has thus far eluded the eye of the law due to his father's influence. I gotta turn the music down again. In this case, his father applies pressure on the local authorities and the prosecutor's office to give Virgil's testimony precedence in the court. He also throws his weight around with other parties involved, including a law firm Robin works for, though this does little to deter her. Unwilling to let this mockery of justice go on any further, she makes her final stand in the courtroom.
As you can see, my
Oh,
client
it's
wasn't
Judith.
captured on the security cameras until after Virgil had arrived at the scene of the crime. Therefore, I'm calling the veracity of Virgil's statement into question. I don't believe he arrived in the nick of time to stop the attack. Furthermore, his claim about prying the pipe out of my client's hand strikes me as odd, considering his fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the weapon.
Hmm.
In light of these contradictions, I think we can safely conclude Virgil's testimony is a sham.
Don't just sit there, Father. Do something! Stop her from spewing this nonsense!
I never thought such vital evidence would come out in the final hearing. Objection! This is clearly a stall tactic on the part of the defense. It's time we brought this farce of a trial to an...
Objection overruled. This evidence sheds new light on the case. The trial will proceed. I do not want to leave even a single stone unturned. Not at this juncture.
That filthy little lawyer's ruining everything. Damn her!
Thank you, Robin. Thank you so much. You believed in me, even when no one else would. But if this all goes south, won't you be in danger?
I'll be all right. Trust me. I'm not backing down until we get that not guilty verdict. People with power and wealth are not above the law. I swear on my badge, I will not allow them to taint our legal system.
I'll give her props. It's cool to see something different. She has range. Their portrayal of a victim suffering from false accusations from people in positions of power was unfortunately very true of life. Well, true to life. The film may have ended with Eric's acquittal, but in the real world, many people in his position are wrongfully convicted. All the more reason why we need lawyers who will seek out the truth and also expose the people who try to suppress it. Although, I get that's easier said than done. That's why conducting a proper forensic investigation is so important. As a researcher myself, I want to do what I can to improve that kind of technology. I can actually see him doing that. I can see him doing something like that. I really can. Watching that makes me remember how stressed I was during filming. I had to reread the script over and over again. There was so much legal jargon. Some of those lines were really hard. It took a lot of practice to get them down pat. Yeah, I get it. Even if that lawyer character was wet behind the ears, she'd still be uncomfortable using that vernacular. I did interviews with real lawyers and went to see some live trials in order to prepare for the role. It was really educational and pretty fun to boot. Hey, all that effort showed in your performance. You look right at home in that role. You can even see it in your expression on the poster. You got this dignified, serious look on your face, like nothing's gonna sway you from your path. Knowing you actually are in real life, the difference is plain as day. Aw, thanks. That's nice of you to say. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You try to give her ass a compliment. Alright. Can we watch another one?
I wonder when it'll start. Thank you
No.
for your visit today.
Had a feeling.
What's next?
Let me get his gift.
I'll gladly take that off your hands.
Mr. Kincaid. I gave you the rest to everybody else. All right.
Really looking forward to the
Let's see here. Let's go ahead and we'll do the quest first before we head to the. Wait, is there any other place I needed to go before that? I think I hit everywhere else. All right.
May Adios be with us.
Here we go. So this is where you were. Francisco, right? You're the one that put up the 4SVG? 4SVG? Then you must be the Spriggan, yeah, from Arkwright Solutions. We just happened to be in Messeldon for some business. Anyway, not to jump the gun or anything, but can you fill us in on the details of your request? Of course. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Let's discuss this where we won't disturb the others. So your request said you wanted us to look for something important to you. What would that be exactly? Right. I suppose that's the best place to start. I'm looking for a music box, one with a little ballerina on top. It has a crank that you can turn to play music. The ballerina will even spin as if she's dancing. Oh, I've seen those before. They're so cute. I agree. It was incredibly dear to me when I was a little girl. You see, my father was a busy man, and because I didn't get to see him very often, he decided to have a gift made for me to remind me of his love. Sounds like he cared for you a great deal. He did, yes, but unfortunately, there came a time when we had to depart from Eston. I had no choice but to leave the music box behind. What? Oh, okay. It's been on my mind ever since. I've always longed for the day I would come back and look for it. It's only now 9 years that I've finally been able to visit. So you're trying to find the music box while you're still in town? Yes, of course. There's no guarantee that it's still here, but even if there's even the slightest chance, even if you can't find the music box itself, any information on it or where it might be will be more than enough. Does this sound like something you could help me with? Well, I think I got the gist of your request, at least. You had no choice but to leave it behind, though. Sounds like something crazy must have happened. Yeah, that does seem a little strange. It's not exactly hard to bring a music box with you. I wish I could tell you more, but I can't. There's really nothing more I could say. I apologize. Well, listen, if there's stuff that you feel you can't share, I get it. I mean, dealing with complicated matters is practically our whole business. But at the end of the day, you can't really expect us to head out on a search for some music box without having all the info. I didn't mean to. No, I'm just making more excuses. Hey, you didn't have to be so rude about it. I don't think he was rude. I think he was just telling her, look, I need to know. Not like I don't get why you're skeptical, though. Is there a reason you can't ask the police or the braces felt? I prefer not to complicate the situation personally. I only want my music box back. I did think about trying to find it on my own, but I'm a bit hesitant to go wandering around town. Like, I really would like to help you out, but it's ultimately up to our leader here. What do you think, Van? Let's see. She's got reservations about telling them the truth, but it doesn't feel like it's because of a life or death situation. Still, something's bugging me. Not that stopped me before, per se. What to do? Of course, we're going to accept it. Alright, we'll take the case. You did all the trouble of putting out the 4SVG, plus it might be nice to do some extra legwork while we're in town. Thank you so much. Words can't explain how much this means to me. So is there anything else you can tell us about the music box? Seriously, any info at all would be helpful. Well, my memories are a bit hazy at times, but I'll try my best. As I mentioned, it's a music box with a little ballerina on top, and I think it was made of ceramic. Yes, if I'm remembering correctly, I was told it came from the famous workshop here in Nesselbaum. Oh, you must mean the Oboe factory across the public bathroom. Well, public bath house. Sounds that would be the place to start asking around. Well, let's get going then. Gotta strike while the iron's hot.
Well, we're on the clock now.
Okay. Figured I'd just make it easy.
Next up, we have our music.
Got a question for you.
Sorry about that. A music box with a ballerina. Again, huh? That's an interesting reaction. You know something? Funnily enough, I happened to come across some old paperwork on it recently. So yes, I do. Well, that certainly made things easier. Let's start with the simple stuff then. I'm guessing it was your shop that made the music box. That's right. It was actually crafted by my grandfather, but the request for it was made roughly a decade ago. The order slip mentioned it was a present for the customer's daughter who wanted to be a ballerina. Money didn't seem to be an issue for the man who ordered it, though. I imagine he must have been a real up-and-comer. That's why my grandfather felt so much pressure to make it perfect. He poured all of his know-how into that thing. I don't think there was a single piece he was more proud of. Sounds like this is more of a luxury item than I thought. It really is. And considering the last time I looked it over, I imagine it's still appraised at 100,000 mirror. Damn. His craftsmanship was like no other. Interesting. Is that why she wants it back? I'm sorry. I missed that part. I hit the button too fast. He asked him something about when he had the box. He said, "Yep, just last month actually." I'm not sure if you'll be pleased to hear this or not, but an antique dealer brought it in. He wanted me to refurbish some parts of that doll that fell off. Talk about a coincidence. I only realized it was my grandfather's work when I noticed his signature on the back. That's what got me digging through our old documents in the first place. Anyway, your best bet is still probably going to be that antique dealer. No telling if he still has the music box though. Right. If the repair was last month, he may have already sold it. I suppose we should at least try to find him though. Yeah. You know if the guy's still in the area? Well, I've seen him around, sure. But I'd be careful if I were you. He's not exactly known for being the reputable type. Word is that he buys some of his goods from the black market. I've even heard that he has dealings over in that underground club in the back streets. Black market goods, huh? That doesn't sound great. Well, it's the only lead we have right now. Come on, let's head to that club. Thanks for the info, Ivan. Okay. Again, I have to go to the system here and turn that background music down a little more. It's so weird, man. It comes in so damn loud. I apologize to anybody that likes the music. I'm not trying to like take away the music, but it's killing me sometimes on some of the scenes. It's just so loud in the background. I'll keep it right there for right now. If it's too low, I'll turn it back up, but that shit is hella loud. Oh, okay, so Club Barracuda.
What a pretty canal.
Well.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
Oh, it would be her, huh?
Let me ask you something.
Normally, this wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I've got a feeling the owner won't take too kindly to us asking lots of questions. Might be easy to see if any of the dancers know something. Excuse me, miss. Oh, got a tip for me, mister? Feel free to put it anywhere you want. Look at Catcher. I knew Catcher was gonna react. That's not what we're here for. If possible, we'd like to ask you something. Should his ass not be in there? As a matter of fact, Catcher's like what, 16? Catcher might act like he's all grown up, but he's still just a kid, huh? Catcher explained what they were looking for an antique dealer. Oh, you're looking for that guy, are you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's here today. Good. Sounds like we're in luck. Is he the fool clapping at the stage? But where is he? I haven't seen anyone matching his description so far. Oh, was this guy? Hey, the guy that just walked out of the bathroom. Yep, that's him. He's probably got some business with the owner today. Stops by to sell his wares every now and then. He used this place as a sort of hunting ground. Finds suckers who into buying old junk, then pulls them into another room for a sales pitch. So yeah, he's a little shady, but he's also a great tipper, and that makes him okay in my book. Of course it does. I see. Thank you. You've been very helpful. Alright then. Let's see what this guy's got to say.
Got a question for you.
Huh? A music box with a ballerina on top. Damn. I finally get it off my hands and now someone takes an interest. You sold it? Yep. Gave it to the new owner a few days ago. Sorry, pal. I was afraid of that. I figured it wouldn't be so simple. Mind telling us who you sold it to? The original owner was looking for it. The original owner, huh? Eesh. I don't want nothing more to do with that mess. It was some old lady. Pretty sure I saw her wandering around over by the docks this morning. Think she was wearing a yellow scarf. Thanks for the help. Sorry about that. By the way, what did you mean by get it off your hands? From what I heard, the former owner of the Orbital factory put a whole load of effort into that thing. The old man was pretty famous at his trade. Wasn't he? I kind of expected people to be banging down your door for it. Yeah, well, I thought the same thing. Hell, that's why I bought it in the first place. I even bought it down to the club to try to sell it to somebody who might be into antiques. Only thing is, every one of them told me that music box comes with a lot of baggage. Baggage? What do you mean by that? Sorry, lady, but if I tell you, I'd be wrapped up in it myself. Anyway, to make a long story short, if I couldn't sell it to some sleazeball, I figured I'd just target your average Joe instead. And that's how I finally managed to get rid of it. Not sure how I feel about you selling something with a sketchy history to the general public. Anyway, we should try to find that old lady and see what she can tell us. Shit. Yeah, if we're lucky, she might be willing to make a trade. Sounds like a plan. He said she was over by the docks, so let's go take a look. Kai. Oop, nope.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
See here, nope. There it is.
The ocean is just as lovely in winter, isn't it?
Let me ask you something.
Oh, a music box with a ballerina. Why, yes, I actually just purchased something like that the other day. Looks like we're on the right track. That the music box brought back a fond memory of mine. I was so moved when I saw it. I thought surely ADO since it got in my hand. She said it brought back a fond memory. Well, you see, I used to teach ballet several years ago. I suppose it's been over a decade by now. One day, a little girl I used to teach brought in that exact music box. She said her father had given it to her and that it was her prized possession. Oh, you should have seen the glow on her face. I was a bit surprised by how lavish it was, but just seeing her enthusiasm was enough to make me smile. How lavish? Unfortunately, a lot happened after that. Her family was separated and everything in their home was auctioned off. When I saw it, I could hardly believe something so dear to her had been sold along with everything else. I thought, why not buy it myself in case I get a chance to return it? Her family was separated. I wonder what happened. Wait a minute. The girl you're talking about must be... Yes, there's no doubt about it. What luck is that, huh? Did this student of yours happen to be named Francisca? How did you know? I think I'm getting a clearer picture here. Van told the elderly woman about the request made by Francisca. Goodness, what a wonderful coincidence. Right. It seems ADOS really was calling me to buy that music box. My house isn't very far from here. Let me go and get it for you all. That'd be great. Sorry for all the trouble. If you'd rather not make the walk by yourself, we don't mind tagging along. And the others decided to help the old lady to her house and retrieve the music box. After the group headed to the chapel together to see Francisca. Oh, my old ballet teacher. I thought I'd never see you again. It's been far too long. I miss you so much. If no one else, I always hope I at least get to see you again someday. I felt the very same. Though it may be a little more than happenstance, I'm so very pleased to see you again. My, look at how you've grown. You've become such a fine young lady. I see you're still as quick to tears as when you were little, however. Oh, you. A reunion after 9 long years. I'm getting a little misty-eyed myself. She must be overjoyed. Sorry to interrupt your get-together, ladies, but I've got the music box you were looking for right here. Mind checking to make sure that we have the right one? Oh, I'm sorry. I was so wrapped up in the moment. Let me take a look. Actually, a pretty box. Yes, that's it. That's the one my father gave me. It's beautiful. I can tell your dad really cared about making you happy. The melody is rather nice. The crank turns just fine. There's no need to worry about the inner mechanism being broken. Damn catcher. That's a relief. I can't tell you how much it means to me to have this back. And to think you even brought my old teacher along. I don't know how I'll be able to repay you. Thank you so much for all you've done. No thanks needed beyond the fee of our services. You know, I actually thought that music box might have been the other thing we were looking for. I didn't catch a single whiff of anything fishy, so I guess not. Huh? You thought it was related to Armada? What in the world made you think that? It was just a nice gift from her father. Oh, I get it. Okay. So she's the daughter of somebody from Armada, and she didn't want to talk about it because of the way people view Armada. Francisca, it's okay, ma'am. We're just fixers who happen to have had a few run-ins with Armada in the past. It wasn't until we were in the middle of investigating that I started to realize what was actually going on. I see. So you figured it all out already. To be honest, having to keep it from you was starting to eat me up inside. If it's okay, I'd like to explain. Yeah, I'm still a little clueless over here, so that would be great. Several years ago, my father was the most powerful man in Mesodon's criminal world. Oh, was her dad the dude that Dante's killed? His name was Enrique, Amada's former boss. Yep. Wow. That is wild. Enrique. Why does that name sound so familiar? I think it was written in Dingo's notes. Yep. I see. So your father had the music box made for you over a decade ago. And a year later, Dante's took over Armada. I suppose all this took place while your dad was still at the top of the underworld. Crazy, man. To be honest, the rumors I've heard about him aren't that great. That's crazy. You're right. My father did many horrible things while he was with Armada. He used to be a traitor, but his craftiness got the better of him. That eventually led to his takeover of Mafia. These days, he'd be considered a bit player in the grand scheme of things. But there was a time when he was feared even outside the city. Small world, man. Small fucking world. However, my mother and I only ever knew him as a kind and gentle soul. He did what he had to do out in front of everybody else. But when he went home, he was dad and he was a husband. So, yeah. Just like what he did for me with the music box, all he ever wanted for was for us to be happy. Well, people aren't always what you see on the surface, that's for sure. Yes, even so, the people of this town hold his name in contempt. To this day, there are many who carry a grudge against him. I was scared of what they might do if they found out who I was. And that's why you didn't want to ask anyone for help, right? Well, at least that all makes sense. Hold on, we read something in a few notes a while back. It said that all of Enrique's family connections were killed. They faked their deaths. The truth of the matter is that Francisca was the only one who survived. Oh wow, damn. 9 years ago, my parents risked their lives to help me escape. However, in a town completely under Armada's control, there was nowhere for me to go. That's when an informant came to save me. He told me it was the least that he could do to make amends for selling info to Dante. Wow, was that Dingo? Hey, that sounds like Dingo. Yeah, must have been him. Only somebody Dante's that thought highly of could have out. I'm sorry. Only somebody Dante's thought highly of could have gotten her out alive. I suppose that makes sense. Wait, you know Dingo? Yeah, he was working in Edith as a reporter for a while. Still did informant work on the side though. Me being a Spriggan, it made sense for us to do business. But, in some ways, he was also kind of like an older brother. This has been an incredible day of coincidences. I owe him a debt of gratitude as well. You see, several days after the tragedy befell her family, Dingo appeared to me once more to say, Francisca wanted me to tell you something. He wanted me to know that she was safe, but warned me to act as though she were dead. Ever since then, I've kept Francisca in my heart. I can only pray that we might meet again someday. I see. Makes this reunion all the sweeter, huh? Is it possible that Dingo's still in the capital? I always hoped I'd be able to find him someday. He introduced me to a family that took me in as a foster child. If not for his connections, I might never have a family again. Unfortunately, searching for him while Armada was still around was too dangerous. I've always regretted not telling him how grateful I was. Well, what's wrong? The thing is, Dingo passed away. It happened last year while he was trying to follow up on Armada. In the end, It's because of the information he left us that we were able to fight back against Dante's. Oh dear. The guy was one hell of a reporter, that's for sure. Even helped me out sometimes. I don't know why I feel like the Red Grendel dude is Dingo. I don't know why. As soon as I saw it, I was like, dude, is that Dingo? Like, because I know how like this series, these people do not like to kill off characters, like characters that actually like have a name and mean something. All right, a lot of what I know is through hearsay, but he seemed like a really great guy. I remember he saved Mario when a politician targeted her for digging into his affairs. Yeah, he was the kind guy who was always one step ahead of everybody else. So flawless, you almost hated him for it. And he cared about the people to a fault. No matter what happened, you always knew you could count on him. Based on what he did for you, I guess he'd always been like that. Yes, even though he tried to feign disinterest, I could tell he was a gentle soul. But why? Why did that have to happen to someone like him? I lost everything because of Armada. And now Dingo too. I never even got to thank him. I know it hurts, dear. Everything will be alright. Wherever he is now, I'm sure he knows how you feel. Yeah, that's really sad, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so emotional. I'm sure he meant a lot more to you than he did to me. You got nothing to apologize for. It's good to know there is one more person out there who misses him just as much as we do. I'm glad I finally found the courage to come to Mastodon. I've gotten back so much of what I lost, irreplaceable things, and it's all thanks to you. And despite knowing that Dingo is gone now, even if I can't thank him in person, the least I can do is continue to live my life looking forward. Sounds like a good plan. I'm sure that's what he wants for you too. Well, that was certainly unexpected. Yeah, I'm glad we decided to take on her case though.
That's one job behind us.
Alright.
Reward deposited.
Reward deposited. Alright. And before we head over to the club, well, I'm outside of the club. Oh, sorry, that song popped in my head. Man, that song was crazy as hell when it first came out. And they think I'm a boy.
What a pretty canal.
Alright, let me go and sell some
Allow me to assist.
stuff.
Hope to see you again.
I feel like we're
Planner launched.
close. Because, let's see. What else am I missing here? Got everything there. Did the bathhouse. What was he selling again?
No need to be shy now.
Oh, he's doing the trades and stuff. Okay.
Come again.
Trying to think who else. No. Went to Barracuda. Got everything there. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I guess it's time to go in here. Talk to Nate.
Arc Ride Solutions?
That dude is everywhere we are. Well, look who it is. You're that detective. Nate, right? Nice to see you. Detective Nate! Nate-o!
Right back at you, Judith. Fancy meeting you here.
So he immediately changed his tune seeing Judith, huh?
I guess those rumors about you being in town for a shoot were... Hold on a second! It doesn't explain what the rest of you were doing in Messeldom.
We're here on a work trip. Same as you, I wager. Let me guess. Tidying up after our Armada's turning out to be more than just a year's end job? Boy, you really know how to hit the mark. I gotta tell you, rounding up every organization on the fringes is a slog. We've been making arrests ever since we arrived early last month. Worst of all, they got 6 of us guys grabbing up one room, sleeping like in a sardine can. The fuck kind of shit is that? You do know you guys got money. You can buy your own goddamn hotel room. He's going off on a venting session. Works for me. Let's see if we can get him to spill a few beans. So they brought in Edith's best and brightest son. The run of the investigation must have been a breeze after that. Well, what can I say? It just comes easy to me. He can't even see that Van is like bullshitting him. But the police can't take all the credit. The Guild and the CID are in high gear on this too. Naturally, we've cleaned up all of our model stragglers. Same goes for any group they so much as shaking hands with. So you can just focus on So you can just focus on filming worry-free, Judith. That's good to hear. So in other words, they haven't found anything worth mentioning. Of course. If that's the case, why haven't you gone back to the capital yet? Because he ain't found shit. Well, we're talking about a pretty wide-reaching mafia here. There are still a few bits and bobs that need clearing up, like the finer parts of the cash flows. But hey, that's just a tiny slice of it. We got most of the rest on lock. That's what makes us the best and brightest. So I see. Guess that means people in the know about Amada's legacy are in short supply now. Well, that gives us the gist of things. Hit us up if you need any new info, Mr. Best and Brightest. Sure thing. Leave it to me. Wait a minute. Why should I have to share information with you guys? Should took them long enough. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's funny as hell. Okay, so let's see what you got in here, buddy.
Can I help you?
So you got a pie, some something. All right. And I think that's everything that I need to buy. The rest of it, I'm probably just gonna spend on
Come again.
maybe some ingredients, I guess, or fucking these plugins. All right.
I'll make you something nice. Hope it turned out well.
10 grams meat pie.
Sure, I don't mind. I learned this from Gran.
And I thought I ate one of these. I really did. I need a fresh egg.
Can I help you?
And you ain't selling no damn food stuff, sir?
Come again.
Damn you. Let me see if I can go find it real quick.
What a pretty canal.
I'm pretty sure that the mark you're seeing is for the 2nd floor. Well, I probably got to do some more of this VR stuff or whatever.
Why, hello there. Let me know if you need anything at all.
I guess I'll buy about 5 of them. Same thing with these. Just getting a bit of everything since it seems like I'm actually gonna have to buy some shit here.
Please
Okay.
come back anytime.
All right.
Piece of cake! See? I can cook too, you know.
All right. And we got a lot of shit to eat real quick. I'll probably use that when we're in the field. Trying to think. But I really want to get the bonuses from this stuff. That's the reason why I'm eating it so
Love me
early.
a sugar rush.
So, sorry.
I'm stuffed. Thanks for the grub. Thanks for the grub. Thanks for the grub.
Yeah, an extra 250 HP. Damn.
I'm stuffed.
That put us up a lot.
Thanks for the
That's
grub.
already got us a 6. Nice. And I'll eat that one when we're in the field after a long while or whatever. Wait a minute. What did I just fucking see? Oh, okay. That's the pamphlet. Okay. All right. And we'll head on up to go check out a laptop. I'm actually gonna end here. I know when we come back, I know we're gonna probably have to go into the virtual field thing again, and then after that we'll get back with the regular quest. But thank y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate everyone checking out the vids as always. If you're new to the channel, tap that like button, subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
Alrighty.